Hello everyone. Today we are going to conduct our experiment number 5, that is whirling of a shaft. So title for this experiment is whirling of a shaft. Aim for this experiment is to study concept of whirling of shaft. So we'll discuss a theoretical part related to this experiment, that is what is meant by whirling of a shaft. Suppose if we are going to increase speed of a unloaded shaft, that is gradually increased, then we'll observe that at a certain speed the deflection of a shaft becomes very large, and that shaft deflects into a single bow and it whirs like a tacked skipping rope. Okay, so if the speed is maintaining, the very large deflection will result in the fracture of that shaft. However, in this speed, we can say that is instantaneously run through the shaft will again become almost straight, and again at some other speed the same phenomena will observe, with the difference that at this speed the shaft will bend into two bows and so on. So this phenomenon will continue as we increase the speed of shaft, and we'll observe this phenomena, that is shaft will deflect in single multiple boats in different speeds. Okay, so when we say the speed of the shaft at which deflection of the shaft becomes very large, and that speed we know that a critical speed or whirling of the shaft phenomenon. So already we have discussed for this expression for critical speed. So terms related to this expression for critical speed, theoretically we can observe the various terms related to this critical speed. That part we have discussed. Now we require an observation table for this experiment. So let us see here the observation table. We required a free length of shaft. So these are the previous readings. We have to measure the length of shaft with the help of steel rule. Then we required a diameter of a shaft, that is a 5 mm diameter. With the help of vernier we can measure this diameter of shaft, and for modes 1 and 2 we are going to observe the whirling or critical speed for this shaft with the help of a digital tachometer. Then we required a calculation or calculated part. So for this we require some formulas, that is moment of inertia, then volume of the shaft, then weight of the shaft. With the formula weight is equal to volume into weight density we have to find. Then for a fixed condition we have to find deflection with the help of this formula. Then critical frequency with the formula. Then we require critical frequency again for second mode shape. Then we are going to finding out the critical speed theoretically from the given observation. And last is our result table. We can observe the theoretical with practical, or we can compare this observed critical speed with theoretical speed. So conclusion for this experiment: after successful completion of this experiment, the students must be able to understand the concept of whirling of shaft and critical speed of shaft. Okay, now we are going to observe our experimental setup, actual experimental setup. So see here. Okay, now we are going to see here our experimental setup for this whirling of a shaft. You will observe the experimental setup here. For this whirling of a shaft experiment we required a motor, electric motor and dimmer stack to give a speed for this shaft to rotate this shaft. Okay, there are two types of bearings are there. One is a fixed bearing and another one is a flexible bearing. We are not using both fixed bearings because the shaft will get break if we increase the speed with the help of this dimmer stack. So this is our shaft having 5 mm length. We can use different shafts with different diameters. For this experiment we can analyze the critical speed of whirling. So this is a shaft having a diameter 5 mm. With the help of a vernier caliper we can measure the speed of this shaft. So one of the important term related to this setup, that we should have to take a safety precaution for this setup, because before starting this experiment or giving electric supply we should have to check this setup for this safety, that we have to check whether the motor is having short or any other electric current present in this setup, because we have to handle this setup very carefully for this whirling of shaft. So this is construction and experimental setup related to this whirling of shaft. Once again I will tell you, this is a flexible bearing, this is fixed bearing. in between these two bearings we have held this shaft of a particular diameter. Here we are going to use 5 mm diameter shaft. Then for safety the shaft will not get out from this setter, so we are providing a U-shaped strips to attach to this base of this setter to get prevention of accidental damage from this experiment. Then these bearings are coupled with this motor, electric motor, and this electric motor is connected to this thermostat. So this thermostat is provided to increase speed of this shaft, and we have to observe the different mode shapes for this experiment. Okay, so this is our total experimental setup. See here, this is a tachometer. With the help of this tachometer we can measure the speed of this shaft. So we are not going to touch motor, we are just only placing this tachometer here, and we can observe speed of this experiment shaft. Okay, now we'll start with this experiment. First we have to measure the length of this shaft. We'll have to measure this length of this shaft. Okay, now we are going to measure length for this shaft. See, with the help of this tool rule we can measure length. So we'll observe length for this shaft. Okay, up to this point 60 mm is there, sorry 60 centimeter is there. Now remaining length we'll measure. See here, 13.6. That means total length for this shaft is 90.6 centimeter. So this observation is we required for this experiment. Total free length of this shaft. Then diameter of this shaft is 5 mm. With the help of vernier we can measure. Now we are attaching here standard 5 mm diameter specimen or shaft here. Now we'll increase the speed with the help of this thermostat. With the help of this thermostat, we'll increase slowly speed for this shaft. Okay, see here. So we are increasing speed with the help of thermostat, and we have to observe the different modes with the help of this thermostat. So shaft is rotating with some certain RPM. Mode is created. So you will see here we are observing first mode, and then we are increasing some speed. So one thing like the sound is observing here. So see here first mode is observed, that is first mode of this shaft is observed as we increase speed. Now see, we are going to measure speed of this shaft with the help of this tachometer. Let us see, this is a tachometer. So we are just placing this tachometer end here, and we are observing the critical speed. So near about 1700 RPM speed is there. Okay, again we are going to increase speed. So So we have taken readings for two mode shapes. First mode shape almost we have got 1700 rpm, and for second mode shape we got 3000 rpm. So these two mode shapes we can compare these experimental readings with theoretical readings. Okay, thank you. Now we'll observe the observation table. We have conduct experimental setup here, and we have to observe the two mode shapes. See the observation table. So the experimental free length for this shaft is 0.906 meter, because we have measured this 90.6 centimeter free length. So we got 0.906 meter free length for the shaft. Then diameter of shaft, standard diameter of shaft measured with the help of vernier, that is 5 mm, that is 0.005 meter. Then mode shapes, we have observed two mode shapes, and we have observed two critical speeds with these two mode shape. So for first mode shape we have observed 1700 rpm critical speed, and for second mode shape almost 3000 rpm we have observed the critical speed. Now we have to do calculations to calculate the theoretical critical speed for whirling of shaft. Now calculations, first we require moment of inertia. So with the help of formula I is equal to pi by 64 d raised to 4, we can finding out the moment of inertia. We know the diameter for this shaft, so just put values here and to find out moment of inertia. Then volume of a shaft, so with the help of formula v is equal to pi by 4 d square into length of the shaft, we can finding out the volume. Now weight of the shaft, so weight of the shaft with the help of volume and weight density. So volume into weight density is nothing but rho into g, and already we have got volume. So by just putting values here we can finding out weight for this shaft. Then we have to find the deflection of this shaft. So we are fixing this shaft at both ends. So for fixed condition, the deflection formula, standard deflection formula is with us, that is WL raised to 4 divided by 384 E into I. So with the help of values, standard values, we can finding out this deflection for this shaft for fixed condition. Then we have to find the critical frequency for both mode shapes, that is mode shape number 1 and mode shape number 2. So with the help of these formulas, critical frequency FC1 n upon 2 pi under root g by delta. So by using this formula we have to finding out FC1 in a hertz. Similarly FC2 we can finding out in a hertz, and then last we have to find critical speed, that is FC1 into 60. We can get critical speed for mode shape 1 in a theoretical. Similarly critical speed for frequency second FC2 into 60 in a RPM we can get theoretical value. So we have to compare these two theoretical values with observed values, that is practical value, with the help of tachometer, and finally we have to put a result table here. And conclusion is that after successful completion of this experiment, we'll understood what is meant by whirling of a shaft and critical speed.